Welcome to this overview to the Business in the Community Diversity and Wellbeing Benchmark. Business in the Community is the Prince's Responsible Business Network. The Diversity and Wellbeing Benchmark was formerly known as the Opportunity Now and Race for Opportunity Gender and Race Benchmark. The new name reflects the expanded area, which now includes age and employee well-being, as well as ethnicity and gender. What is the Business in the Community Diversity and Wellbeing Benchmark? Our benchmark is a management tool that systematically assesses your diversity, inclusion and wellbeing performance against other organisations, both within your sector and across the wider cohort of participants. Using our confidential and secure online platform, our benchmarking tool helps organisations identify strengths and weaknesses in policies and performance, track year-on-year progress, engage internal stakeholders, and take informed evidence-based decisions. Components of the benchmark. The benchmark consists of two distinct but related surveys. Part 1 is the Impact Survey. This measures your organisation's actions to improve workplace diversity using age, ethnicity and gender metrics. We ask for data about your workforce, hiring rates, progression rates, employee engagement and so on. These key workforce metrics establish performance baselines that can be benchmarked against your peers. A few tips on completing Part 1 is to choose a 12-month time period so the data is recent and consistent. Read the questions and the guidance document. Some of the explanations are long because we want to avoid confusion. Do not worry if you can't answer all the questions. Part of the value of benchmarking is discovering metrics used by your peers and competitors. Just answer what you can and then use the benchmark results to persuade your stakeholders to invest in measuring and monitoring systems. Part 2 is the Input Survey. This assesses your workplace practices, leadership and culture in tandem with your metrics. Part 2 is your chance to tell your story. It's a mixture of question types, tick box questions which refer to particular practices we recommend, and more open questions where we want to know more about the success of your approaches. A tip is to look at our marking criteria found in the guidance document for Part 2. Word limits are the maximum length, not a target to aim for. Most questions can be answered effectively in fewer words, so be succinct and focused. What's new in 2015? For 2015, we are offering participants more flexibility than ever before. Participants in Part 1 can now choose to participate in a diversity benchmark, a wellbeing benchmark, or both. Within both benchmarks, you have the option to submit data on 3 protected diversity characteristics: age, ethnicity, or gender. If you choose the diversity benchmark, you will answer questions related to workplace diversity. If you choose the wellbeing benchmark, you will answer questions related to employee wellbeing. Whether you choose the diversity benchmark or the wellbeing benchmark, you must benchmark in at least one characteristic, choosing from age, ethnicity, or gender for all Part 1 questions. You can choose to benchmark for 1, 2, or all 3 of these protected characteristics if you want to. If that flexibility wasn't enough, regardless of the core membership you select and the diversity characteristics you select, you also have the choice of submitting data on a question-by-question basis on any of the protected characteristics. For example, if you want to benchmark for ethnicity, but want to start understanding how your organisation is performing on age, you can select a benchmark for ethnicity and submit ethnicity data for all Part 1 questions, and can submit age data at any question where you think benchmarking for age would be useful for your organisation. Other changes we've introduced this year across Part 1 and Part 2 include new questions on shared parental leave and employee engagement, and expanded questions on recruitment, equal pay and bullying and harassment. These changes integrate learning from our recent research report, including Race at the Top and Project 2840. Please note that due to these changes, organisations will not be able to maintain their banding from 2014. Why should your organisation consider benchmarking? First, for peer comparison. To better understand how your organisation stacks up against competitors and across sectors. This is important for a range of well-documented business reasons: attracting the best talent from all areas of society, providing the best service to your customers, clients, consumers, and demonstrating your diversity credentials when bidding for contracts. Benchmarking enables your organisation to stay ahead of the competition by understanding your workforce and workplace culture and fostering a workplace environment in which everyone can fulfil their potential. Second, to engage internal stakeholders. The benchmark identifies strengths which validate your existing efforts and detects the gaps where your performance can improve. An impartial look at your business through a diversity lens is a valuable way of persuading others in your organisation to see the value of your existing diversity inclusion work. Benchmarking generates the evidence basis for informed decision making, enabling your organisation to design more effective strategies and action plans, improve accountability, and better target resource allocation. Third, benchmarking enhances your organisation's reputation and competitiveness. All organisations that benchmark in both the Impact and Input Survey receive either a platinum, gold, silver or bronze banding, depending on your organisation's overall score. Your banding recognises your organisation's achievement, uses it internally and externally to show to customers, competitors and potential recruits that you're committed to diversity, inclusion and well-being. We encourage you to publicise your banding, although of course it's entirely up to you. With your permission, business and the community will also celebrate and publicly recognise your organisation's achievement using our various communication channels. What are the outputs of the benchmark? All participants who complete Part 1 receive a detailed data-rich feedback report. The feedback report includes peer comparison against the sector of your choice, against all private sector participants or public sector participants, and against the benchmark average. All comparisons are on a question-by-question basis. Your report will also tell you whether you monitor more or less than everyone else, and the specific measures where this is the case. The output for completing both Part 1 and 2 receive all of the above, plus personalised written feedback that places your results into context and includes specific recommendations. Organisations are also offered a 2-hour feedback consultation with one of our diversity advisors, all of whom are experts and specialist practitioners. For member organisations, your consultation meeting will be with your organisation's diversity advisor. The consultation meeting is designed to go beyond the key measures of your organisation's performance to think strategically about what's working, where you can improve, and specific actions you can take. It's an opportunity to engage internal stakeholders and a useful way to get different people within your organisation to come together and discuss some of the issues openly. Having the external party in the room can help facilitate those discussions. It's an opportunity to celebrate or to think how performance can improve, and then propose solutions and devise action plans. Let us know what you'd like to discuss and we'll tailor your feedback presentation to your needs. That in brief is the Diversity and Wellbeing Benchmark. The benchmark opens on the 26th of May 2015 and will close on the 16th of July 2015. For full details, refer to the website at diversity.bitc.org.uk or contact the benchmark team.